Hello students, welcome to this discussion. Now it is a mock test paper reference number MT2012210. Now in this session we will look at the questions given the numerical ability. Hope you did well in the examination. Let's begin the paper. Okay. Now please be ready with the pen and paper. Now the first question on your screen. Now, if you observe this question carefully, here question is given, we need to find out the value of the question mark. So what should come in the place of question mark? Of course, you already tried all these exam questions in the examination. Now just I will give the solutions how to answer the questions. Okay. Now first look at this one. First look at the part on the right hand side. So what is given here? 9 into 38 by 6. Now simplify this, dividing with 3. It was 2 times and 3 times. What about 2? It was exactly 19 times in 38. The product of 3 and 19, it is a 57. When you take 21 other side, it will become minus 21. Subtract 21 from the 57, it will give 36. The question mark square is equal to 36 means what is the value of the question mark? Square root of 36. It is option number 4. Okay. Right. Look at the next question on your screen. 84% of 750 divided by 15 is equal to the question mark into 108 divided by 6 square. Now 84%, my dear students, 84% means 84 by 100. Now 750 by 15. 15 it goes exactly 5 times in 75. So what is the value of the question mark means? Now here on the right hand side, we have 108 by 6 square. 6 square means 36. 36 it goes how many times in 108? It goes exactly 3 times. Now what is the next? 50. We can cancel in 100 2 times. 2 into 3. The product of 2 and 3 is a 6. It goes exactly how many times? 14 times. The result is choice 3. Third option is the right option. Now look at the next question on your screen. Cube root of 125,300. Cube root of 125 is a 5. Cube root of 1000 is equal to 10. So what is the value? It is a 50. Plus 15 divided by question mark is equal to. Now square root of 45 means 5 times of 9. 125 means 5 times of 25. Square root of 25 it is a 5. And 5 into 5 is also 25. Again, we'll get one more 5. Square root of 9, it is a 3. So, what is the square root of 45 into 125? It is 45. So, what is the result? Just look at this one. So, what is the result here? So, 5 into 5 into 3, it is a 75. So, 75 is equal to 50 plus 15 by question mark. So 15 by question mark and take this 50 other side. Now results 25. So the value of the question mark is equal to how much here? 15 by 25. Solving this. Now dividing with 5, it was 3 times and 5 times. 3 by 5. 3 by 5 means it is a 0.6. Right choice, option number 1. First choice is the answer for this example. My dear student, please note down each explanation. So, and look at the type of solution also. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. 8424 divided by 8424 divided by question mark divided by 12 means into 12 is equal to 54. Now simplify this. What is the cancellation? 7 times of 12. It is 84 and 0 times and 2 times. What about this 54? Now 54, if you observe, it goes how many times? It goes exactly 13 times. So 13 times means a right choice, option number 2. Second choice is the right choice. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. Now what is the cube root of 5832? Cube root of 5832 means it is 18 cube. 18 cube is equal to 5832. What about the square root of 225? It is a 15 square. 15 square is equal to 225. Okay, now look at this one. Question mark into 12 by 38 is equal to 18 into 15. Now simplify this. Dividing with 6. 6 it goes to 2 times. Here 3 times. Now what about 2? 2 it goes to exactly 19 times in 38. So what is the product of 19, 3 and 15? It is a 855. So right choice is option 5. Fifth choice is the right choice. Hope you are copying all this explanation. Please. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. Here we need to find out the missing number. So what is the missing value? Now what is the series given here? 7, 7, 14, 42. Just observe the relationship. So what is the relationship? How it is becoming here? If you observe carefully, here 7 is becoming 14 means we can say it is a 2 times. What about the 42 and 14? 3 times. What about 7 and 7? It is a 1 time. What is the next value? It is a 4 times. What we can expect on the other side? So the next value is a 5 times of 168. So what is the 5 times of the value? It is 840. So right choice, option number 3. Third choice is the right choice. Okay. Now look at the next example. Same thing here. Again we need to find out the missing value here. So what is the missing value? Now what is the relationship here? How these are related? The numbers, consecutive numbers. Just look at this one. Now the first value decreased by 4, second value increased by 8, next one is decreased by 16, next one is increased by 32, means we can expect the next value as. So it is a minus 64. Am I right or not? It is a 2 square. Am I right? Or else you can write it as a 2 power 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 7, 2 power 8. Now here, otherwise you can say it is becoming double. 4 is becoming 8, 8 is becoming double, 16, 16 is becoming 32 and so on. So when you subtract 64 from the value, what is the result? 52 is the result. So right choice is option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Okay. Now look at the next example. Again we need to find out the missing value. Now how these are related? Now what is the relation? So if you observe the gap is 1, here gap is 6 and here it is a 23 and so on. So how we get this? How can we fill this gap? Means if you observe carefully, now 3 into 1 plus 1. 3 into 1 is a 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Now the next one, 4 into 2 plus 2. 2 times of 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Similarly, now next value, 10 into 3 plus 3. 10 into 3 is 30. 30 plus 3 is equal to 33. Next one is the into 4 plus 4. The next value here into 5 plus 5. Into 5 plus 5 means now right choice is option number 5. The value is 685. 685 is the value. So right choice 5. Now look at the next example on your screen. Question number 39. So how these are related? Now what is the relationship? Just observe the options here. Now what is the gap? The gap here it is a 1. How much is the gap? It is a minus 4, a plus 1 and minus 4. And what is the next one? Plus 9. Next one is minus 16. So then what we can expect on the other next side? The next value, it is a plus 25. 1 is nothing but 1 square. 4 means it is a 2 square. Next 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. So what is the value of 5 square? 25. Just add 25. By adding 25, we get 66 as the value. The next number is 66. Mark the choice option 4. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. Question number 40. So what is the discussion here? Just observe the relationship here. How these are related. What is the relation here? So minus 2 plus 4 and plus 11 and so on. So how we get the value 12 from 12 to 10 is it's a very simple. Now when you multiply 12 with 0.5, how much it is? 12 into 0.5 means how much? It is a 6. 0.5 means half of the value. Plus 4. Am I right? Then what is the next one? 10 and 14 means I am multiplying with 1 and adding 4. Then what is the next value? I am multiplying here. How much? 1.5. 1.5 plus 4. The next value is into 2 plus 4. The next value into 2.5 plus 4. So when you multiply with 2.5 and adding 4, what is the result? It will give 139 as a result. So right choice option number 1. Now look at the next example here. Now these are the questions based on the two equations. So just based on the directions given, we need to mark the answer choices here. Okay. Now look at this question number 41. So we need to compare the roots of the first quadratic equation with the second quadratic equation. Now what is given the first quadratic equation? Now look at this one. Product of the roots and sum of the roots, if you observe, product is 18 and sum is 9. So sum is 9 means what is the possibility? 6x plus 3x. 6x plus 3x means now what are the roots of the first quadratic equation? Take the same numbers with opposite sign and divide with the coefficient of x square. So these are the roots of the first quadratic equation. Simplify this, it goes exactly 3 times and here it goes exactly 6 times. Then what about the next side? So next value is 13 is the sum of the roots and 12 is the product of the roots. So what is the possibility? Here plus 12 y and plus 1y. So what are the roots for this means? So minus 12 by 4 and minus 1 by 4. Minus 12 by 4 means the value is minus 3. Okay, now what is the comparison means? Here the value of x, one time it is more than the y, other time it is less than the y. So here it is not possible to make any relation between these roots. So what is the right choice? The right choice is option number 5. Just a comparison of the roots of this. Okay. Right, this 1 by 4 value, minus 1 by 4 is the value which lies in between these two values. The value of this is lies in between these two means one time it is less than x, one time it is more than y. So the value x and y, it is not possible to make any relationship. So right choice is option number 5. Now look at the next example on your screen. Again, two quadratic equations are given. Just observe the roots of this quadratic equation. Now sum of the roots is 6, product of the roots is 9. So what is the possibility means? So minus 3x minus 3x. Means what about the roots means 3. Same number with the opposite sign divided with coefficient of x square. So the roots are 1 by 3. This is the first equation. The roots of the first equation. Second equation. If you observe the second equation, what about the roots means here 6 is the sum of the roots and product of the roots means 7 into 16. It is a 1, 1, 2. What are the possibilities here? Minus 14y plus 8y. So what are the roots for the second quadratic equation? 14 by 16 minus 8 by 16. Okay, now simplify this. The result is, now dividing with 2, it goes exactly 7 times and 8 times, 7 by 8, and whereas it minus 1 by 2. So okay, now what is the relationship? Negative value is less than the positive value, and 7 by 8 and 1 by 3, if you observe, 7 by 8 is more than that of 1 by 3. So one time x is greater than y, the other time x is less than y. So what is the relationship? Is there is no relation. It is not possible to make any relationship between these two roots. Now the right choice is option 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. Now look at the next example on your screen. My dear students, you tried all these questions in your mock exam. So just I am giving explanation, solution for the questions. Now look at the equations here. X square minus 11x. Now sum of the roots is minus 11x and product is 30. So what are the possibilities? So minus 6x minus 5x means the roots for the first quadratic equation. It is a 6 and 5. These are the roots. What about the second quadratic equation? Now cube root of 216. 216 is a 6 cube. So what is the value here? It is a 6. So what is the comparison? The value of x and y both are equal and the value of x is less than that of y. So what is the condition here? X less or equal to y. So right choice option number 4. Fourth choice is the answer for this question. Now look at the next example on your screen. So 3x square plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now what are the roots? Means sum of the roots is 4x, product is 3. Now what is the possibility? 3x plus x. So the roots are minus 3 by 3 minus 1 by 3. So the value here minus 1 and minus 1 by 3. These are the roots of the first quadratic equation. Now look at the second quadratic equation. What is the possibility here? 5y is the value of the middle number, means 2 plus 3. So 2y plus 3y. Sum of these two is equal to 5y. So what are the roots? Means minus 2 by 2 minus 3 by 2 are the roots. So the value here minus 1 and minus 3 by 2. So again here x and y, if we observe the value of x and y both are same. So we can write it as x and y are equal. The value of x is how it is related with the y, means the value of x is greater than that of y. X value is greater than that of y means now x, okay, x and y values are both are equal, x value is greater than that of y. So what is the relationship? The relationship is x greater or equal to y. The right choice is option number 2. Okay. Now look at the next question on your screen. X square is equal to 196 means x 196 is a perfect square. The value of x is equal to plus or minus 14. 14 square is equal to 196. 14 square is equal to 196. Okay, now what is the next possibility here? If you observe the second one here, 30 is a middle term, so minus 15y minus 15y. Sum of these two is equal to 30y. Product is equal to 225, means the value of y. So what is the root for the second quadratic equation? It is a 15. The first one is a plus or minus 14. Second one is a 15, means the plus 14 and minus 14 both are less than 15. Means the value of x is less than that of y. So what is the right choice? Option number 3. Third choice is the right choice. Okay, now look at the next example on your screen. Here we need to answer the question by using the data given here. Look at the question carefully. 54% of the employees are graduates, remaining are postgraduates. 54% are graduates means remaining are 46%. Okay, among the graduates, the ratio of the male to female is given, and the postgraduates, the corresponding ratio is also given. Find the ratio of the male graduates to female graduate. So male graduate to female postgraduates we need to find. So male graduates means males are how many here? 54%. Okay, how many graduates from the male? 5 parts. 5 parts out of the total, how many parts? 5 plus 4, it is a 9 parts. Just we need to find out the ratio. Simplify this. How many females are there? Means 54%. When you subtract from 100, it will give 46%. So 46% are females. In how many are postgraduates female? It is a 12 parts. So 12 parts means 12 by sum of the ratio. Sum of the ratios is 23. Now solving this, percentage to percentage we can cancel directly on either side. 23 it goes exactly 2 times. Now 9 we can cancel in 54 6 times. So 6 we can cancel with the 12 2 times. The ratio of the male graduate to the female postgraduate, it is a 5:4. Right choice option number 3. Third choice is the answer for this question. Now, look at the next example on your screen. P is 2.5 times as efficient as a Q. So P is 2.5 times. 2.5 times is 2 1 by 2. It is a 5 by 2 and is 1/3 efficient as R. So and is 1/3 means it is representing P only. P is equal to 1/3 efficient of R. So just find out the efficiency of the P, Q and R. Q with respect to P, what is the ratio? 2:5. What about the P with respect to R? It is a 1:3. What is the combined ratio? 2:5:15. The Q, P and R. What is saying here? P and Q takes 3/7 days to complete 1/3 of the work. Find the time taken by Q and R to complete the whole work. So 1/3 of the work means total work is divided into 3 parts. In that one part they completed, whereas Q and R completed whole part. Now what is that man days concept I am using? So first P and Q took 3/7 days. P and Q means P and Q. 5 plus 2, 7. How many days they took? 2 into 7, 14 plus 3, 17/7. Okay, and they did one part. What are the 3 parts? One part they did. What about the other side? Q and R together. Q and R together means now 5 plus, 2 plus 15. 2 plus 15 means it is a 17. They can complete the whole work in how many days? Whole work means the total work is divided into 3 parts, 3 units. Now simplify this. 7 and 7 get cancelled. 17 to 17 we can cancel. The remaining is the number of days. It is a 3 days, option number 5. Fifth choice is the answer. Okay, now look at the next example on your screen. Question number 48. Now what is given here? 50 members in a group, 6 more, the number of men is 6 more than the number of women. The average weight of the members of the group is 57.2. The men is 55. So what about the average weight of the women? So my dear students, please try to answer this question by using the alligation method. So total 50 members are there. The gap between the men and the women is 6. So what is given here? Simply M plus W is equal to 50. M minus W is equal to 6. How many are men? Means men is equal to half of the sum of these two values. So what is the half of the sum of these two values? It is 28. Means number of men is 28. How many women? 22 women are there. So if you observe the alligation process, so what is the average? I am taking men on one side and women other side. So what is the mean average here? So mean, the entire group mean is equal to 57.2. What about the men? 55. What about the ratio? If you observe the ratio dividing with 2, 14:11 we get. Now 14:11 means now the difference between the 55 and 57.2, it is a 2.2. 11 is becoming 2.2 means I am multiplying with multiplication factor is 0.2. 0.2 into 14, it becomes 28. Am I right? 0.2, sorry, 2.8. 28 means 0.2.8. 2.8 when you add to this, it will become the value as 60 kgs. So what is the right choice? Option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. The difference between the circumference and the diameter of a circle x is 120. Radius of the circle y is 21 less than the radius of the circle x. The area of the circle y. Area. What is the formula to find the area? It is the pi r square. What is the circumference? 2 pi r. The difference between the circumference of a circle and the diameter. Diameter is equal to how much? R plus r, 2r, which is equal to 120. So here 2r is the common. So what is the left here? Pi minus 1 is equal to 120. What is the value of r? Is the value of the pi is approximately 22/7. 22/7 minus 1, it will give 15/7. So when you take other side, so what is the result? 120/2 into 7/15. Now simplify this. 2 into 15 results 30. 30 it goes exactly 4 times. The value of r is 28. The value of the radius of a circle y is 21 less, means subtract 21. So radius is 7. The circle y radius is 7. So what we need to find? The area. Area means pi r square. Pi r square means the value of pi is approximately 22 by 7. So 22 by 7 into 7, the value, simplify. Now the product of these two numbers is the answer. The product is 154 square centimeters. Right choice is option number 5. Fifth choice is the answer for this question. Okay. Hope you are okay, copying all this information. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. Question number 50. A certain sum becomes 1.2 times of itself in 4 years on simple interest. Becoming 1.2 times in 4 years under simple interest, rate of interest to be found. So what is the formula for simple interest? Simple interest is equal to PNR by 100. So sum I am taking it as a P, it is becoming 1.2P. So the difference between these two numbers is the interest value, that is 0.2P. is equal to principal into number of years, 4 into R by 100. Solving this. Now P and P gets cancelled. Now the result. So what is that? 0.2 into 100 is 20. So what is the result? 4. It goes exactly how many times in 20? 5 times. So what is the R value? It is a 5% per annum. 5% per annum is right choice is option number 3. Third choice. Now look at the next set of questions based on the directions given here. The two quantities are given here. Now you need to compare the two quantities and mark the appropriate option based on the directions given here. Okay. Of course, all these you read very well in your mock exam, and just based on that compare the quantities given the 1 and 2. Right. Look at the first one. What is given the first one? First one is saying about the length of the cuboid. What about the second one? It is a fixed value, 40 is given. So how to find the length of the cuboid means just the value, the data given in the question. The volume of a cube of a side 12 centimeter is 27% of the value of the cuboid of the breadth is 16 centimeter, height 8 centimeter. Yes, my dear students, volume of the cube means a cube is the formula to find the value of a cube. What is the value of a cuboid? Length into breadth into height. So what is the value of a cube means here 12 cube means 12 into 12 into 12, which is equal to how much here? 27%. So 27% is 27 by 100 into length into breadth. Breadth is equal to how much here? 16 into 8. Now simplify this. This is the value of first quantity. Now on solving this, what is the result here? 4. It goes exactly 4 times in 16. Now 4 3 times. Now we can cancel 4 again in 12 by 3 times. 4 it goes exactly 2 times, whereas here 3 times. The product of 3, 3 and 3, it is a 27. Now what about the L value? L value is 2, it goes in 100 exactly 15 times. The value of L is equal to 50. The quantity 1 and the quantity 2, we have the two values. So in these two values, which is a greater? Quantity 1 is greater than that of the quantity 2. So what is the right choice? Option number 1. First choice is the answer for this example. Now look at the next question on your screen. Yes, my dear students, by using the data given, we need to compare the two quantities, quantity 1 and the quantity 2. Just look at the data given in the question. A profit of 110 is earned on selling 1 kg of ghee and 1 kg of oil. Ghee sold at 20% profit, oil at 25%. The profit 25% on ghee and 20% on oil was earned. The profit would have been 115. My dear students, if you observe this carefully, now the first equation we get 20% profit on ghee and 25% profit on oil. What is the total profit? 110. Whereas on the other side, what is saying here? 25% on ghee and 20% profit on oil. It would have been how much rupees? 115. Now, just simplify these two equations. You can come to know which value is more than that of the other one. Now, which value is more? Now, when you subtract the first equation from the second equation, so 5% of ghee and minus 5% of ghee minus 5% of oil. When you take 5% as a common, so ghee minus oil value, that is 5. So what you are doing, ghee minus oil, the value is a positive, means the value of ghee is greater than that of oil. Means the value given in the second quantity is greater than that of. So what it means? So 1 is less than that of second quantity. Quantity 1 is less than that of the quantity 2, means the right choice here, option number 2. Am I clear? 5% of the ghee, cost of the ghee minus cost of the oil is equal to 5 rupees. Here the value is positive, means the ghee value is more than that of the oil value. Okay, we are using the cost price of ghee as well as oil. Now look at the next example on your screen. We need to compare these quantities. Now look at the first one as well as the second one. Second one is clearly given it as 80. Second one is given as 80. Now look at the first one. The biggest among the 4 numbers we need to find. So what is the data given here? Average of the 4 consecutive multiples of 8 is 68. What do you mean by consecutive multiples? Now if you observe 8 1s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 8 4s are, so these are the consecutive multiples. Means first one multiple, second, third, means if you are observing the first one as x, the second multiple is x plus 1, the next one is x plus 2 and x plus 3. These are the multiples. So 8 into x, 8 into x plus 1, 8 into x plus 2, 8 into x plus 3. When you take x common, when you take 8 common, then what is the result? The result is 8 times of all these values. So average is saying, average means sum of all these numbers by 4 is equal to how much? 68. So what it mean? 8 times of 4x plus 6 by 4 is equal to 68. Now the cancellation 4, it goes exactly 2 times. Now what about the 2? 2, it goes 34 times. The value of 4x is equal to 28. The value of 4x is equal to 28 means x is equal to how much? 7. What we need to find out? Greatest, the biggest value. Biggest value means 8 into x plus 3. 8 into x plus 3 means x is a 7. 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. 10 into 8 is equal to 80. Now how these two are related? These two are equal. Quantity 1 and quantity 2 both are same. When these two are same, means the right choice is option number 5. Okay. Yes, my dear students, now look at the next example on your screen. The cost of a dozen apples was rupees 120. The cost of the apples was increased by 25%, later decreased by 25%. Now quantity 1 and quantity 2. My dear students, quantity 2 is clearly given here as a 50. We need to find out the quantity 1. What is the quantity 1? 40% of the final cost of the dozen apples. Dozen apples are 120. Now increased by 25% is becomes 125%. Then decreased by 25% is 75%. Now what he is asking here is comparing the 40% of it. So 40% of the value. Now solving this, what is the cancellation? Now zeros to 0 we can cancel directly. 4, it goes how many times in 100? 25 times. 25, 5 times in 125. So what about this? Now 25 3 times, 25 4 times. 4 here 3 times. Now what is the result? 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 5, 45. Quantity 1 is a 45. Quantity 2 is a 50. So how these two are related? Quantity 1 is less than that of the quantity 2. So right choice based on the directions given, it is option number 2, second choice. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. Again here two quantities are given. Now just we need to compare the quantity 1 with the quantity 2. Quantity 2 value is straight away given it as 5 by 21. What is the quantity 1? The probability that both the balls drawn are yellow. Yes, my dear students, the data, common data for both the quantities is given here. Two bags are there. First bag contains 9 green balls and, sorry, 6 green balls and 9 yellow balls. What about the second bag? Second bag contains 7 green balls and 5 yellow balls. Now, what is the question? Now, here is asking when the balls are picking here, the probability that both the balls drawn are yellow. Yellow means if you observe the first pack, how many yellow color balls are there? 9. So 9. What is the total number of balls? 9 plus 6. It is a 15. What about the second bag? Now second bag here, yellow balls are how many? 5. So what about the total number of balls? 7 plus 5. It is at 12. Now what is the probability? Means 9 by 15 into 5 by 12. Simplify this. Now it goes exactly 3 times. Now what next here? 3. 3 times 3, 4 times. So 1 by 4 and 5 by 20. 1 by 4, 5 by 20 means 1 by 4 is more than that of 5 by 21. 5 by 21. So what is the relation here? Quantity 1 is greater than that of the 2 means option number 1. First choice is the right choice. Now look at the next set of questions here. The directions are given. Hope you have come across all these directions. Please go through it in a fast manner. So we'll discuss the questions. Here questions based on the data sufficiency. Now by using which information we can answer the question. Right. Look at the first example. What is the question number 1? What is the length of the train? So length of the train to be found. In the first statement, the train crosses a tree in 15 seconds and a tunnel in 300 meters in 45 seconds. What is the length of the train? Means distance is equal to speed into time. When the train crosses objects such as tree, man, pole, the distance is the length of the train. So length I am taking L. So time here it is a 15 seconds. So distance by time means it will give speed. In the same statement, what is given? The same train is crossing another object, that is a 300-meter tunnel. So L plus 300, it is crossing in how much time? 45 seconds. Now the speed of the same train is given in terms of L. So in 2 ways, just equate these two and simplify, you will get answer. So it is possible to answer the statement 1. 1 is possible. Okay. Now look at the statement 2. The speed of the train is given here 10 meters per second. Only speed is given. We don't know the time. So without knowing the time, without knowing the object, so it is not possible to answer the question. So what is the discussion? 1 is possible, 2 is not possible. So what is the right choice? Option number 1. My dear students, how we get answer for the first question? First statement means very simple. If you observe the time in the variation, the change in the timing, if you observe here, it is 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, it is crossing a 300-meter long object. Means in 15 seconds, it will cross 150. So what is the length of the train? It is a 150. Am I clear? Now look at the next example. What is the population of the city X? The ratio of the male population to the female population X is 11:19. The difference between them is 75,000. Difference between them means if you observe the difference here, it is 8 parts. The 8 parts is equal to 75300. What to find here? Total population. Total population is sum of these two. Sum of these two means 30 is equal to question mark. Am I clear? So you will get answer. So 1 is possible. You need not to find out the value. Just is it possible or not? Just you need to check. Now what about the second statement? The population of the city X is 60% of that of city Y. So X is equal to 60% of Y. The difference between the population of X and Y is equal to how much here? 90,000. So what is the meaning here? X is 60% of Y means if you observe the Y as 100%, X is equal to 60%. The difference between these two is equal to how much? 40%. The 40% value, The 40% value is equal to how much? 90,000. Then what we need to find? X value. X is equal to 60%. Question mark. So we can answer the question with the statement 2 as well. What it mean? It is possible to answer the question by using any one of the two statements. Either statement 1 or 2 alone sufficient to answer the question. So right choice is option number 3, third choice. Okay, now look at the next example, question number 58. A boat takes 3 hours to travel from point P to Q in a still water. Still water. The speed of the time taken by the boat in still water is given. It is 3 hours. So what we need to find? Upstream. Upstream means we need to find out the speed of the boat against the water current. Okay, so I'm taking the B as the speed of the boat and W as the speed of the water. So when you add these two, you'll get the downstream, and W, when you subtract from the B, it will give upstream. B minus W. Okay, now distance between the 2 points is given here as a 45 kilometer. So here 45 kilometer. Now what is the speed of the stream is W to be find. To find the W value, we need B. B is not given, hence it is not possible to answer the statement 1 independently. Whatever second statement, the time taken to travel the downstream from Q to P is 2 hours. Q to P is a downstream. It took 2 hours. But what is the distance between the Q and P? It is not given. So second is also not possible. When you combine these two, yes, it is possible. Combining these two means here 45 kilometers travel in 3 hours. 45 kilometers travel in 3 hours means, so 15 kilometer per hour is the speed. That is speed of the boat in a still water. That is the B value. Now distance is given. Now you can find the upstream value. So you can find the upstream by using this formula. So what is the right choice here? Combining both the statements. Okay, now look at the next example on your screen. The ascending order of the 5 consecutive even numbers is A, B, C, D and E. Find the average of these 5 numbers. The difference between the E and A is 8. Consecutive even numbers means common difference is 2. The first value is x, the next value is x plus 2. The next one is x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8. So if you take A, B, C, D as a numbers, so what is the common gap here? The gap between the E and A, it is 8. So what is the x value? It will match any, we can take any value. So you can start with the 2, 4, any value as x. So it will satisfy for all the even numbers. So 1 is insufficient to answer. Now what about the second statement? The statement 2, if you observe. The statement 2, if you observe, the E is 20% more than that of B. E is, what is saying here? E is 20% more than that of B means now the value of E is equal to 120% of B. 5 consecutive even numbers means x, x plus 2, x plus 4 and so on. So what is the value of B? B is equal to how much? X plus 2. So 120% means here 6 by 5. Whatever the value of E, it is x plus 8. Yes, my dear students, if you observe carefully here, a equation given with one unknown variable, by doing cross multiplication, by taking variables on one side, you can easily find out the value of x. So by using that value of x, we can find the average of all these numbers. Average of all these numbers is nothing but the middle number. That is x plus 4. So right choice is option 2. Second choice is the right choice. Okay, in data sufficiency, you need not to find out the value, you need to check whether the given data is sufficient to answer the question or not. Okay, look at the next example. What is the rate of interest per annum? Amount fetches a simple interest of 1200 in 2 years. So 1200 is the interest, 7500 is the principal, time is 2 years, R to be find. Solving this we get answer. What about second statement? 8,000 fetches compound interest of 1680 in 2 years. Compound interest is saying, so 8,000 plus 1680. So what is the value? So 9680, that is the amount value, and whereas the principal is 8,000, which is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole power number of years. Solving this, you will get r value. So it is possible to answer with the statement 1 as well as 2, means either 1 or 2 alone sufficient to answer. Right choice for this one is the option 3. Third choice is the answer for this example. Okay. Now look at the next set of questions. These questions are based on the data interpretation, that is using the bar graph. Here, what is given? The P, Q, R, E, and S are the shopkeepers. The bar shows the number of printers and cartridges sold by these 4 shopkeepers. The first bar represents the printers, the second one is the cartridges. Okay. Now, what is the first example? Question number 1. What is the ratio of the number of cartridges sold by P and Q together to the printer sold by Q and R? P and Q, what we need to find? Cartridges. The next one is this Q and R. What to find? Printers. So P and Q, cartridges, how much here? P and Q means, now this is the value of P. Am I right? And it is the value of Q. Sum of these two values is equal to how much? 2150. And what about the Q and R? Q and R printers we need to find. Printers means now 1500 plus 1200. So what is the sum of these two numbers? It is a 2700. Zeros to 0 we can cancel. Here is asking to find out the ratio. So ratio means 0 to 0 we can cancel. Dividing with 5. 5 was exactly 43 times. What about 5? 54 times. How much is the ratio? 43 is to 54. Option number 5. Fifth choice is the answer for this example. Yes, my dear students, look at the next example on your screen. What is the average number of printers sold by all the shopkeepers? Printers sold by all the shopkeepers means, printers means first bar. So what is the sum of all these values? 2500 plus this value. How much? 4000 plus sum of these two values. How much it is? 3300. 4000 plus 33. It is 7300. My dear students, average means sum of the observations by number of observations. Now simplify this. You will get 1825. 4 into 1872. 100 means 25 times. So what is the right answer for this? It is a option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Now look at the next example on your screen. Question number 63. The number of cartridges sold by Q. Sold by Q means this is the cartridges. Sold by Q is what percent of the total number of printers and cartridges sold by Q? Sum of these two. So what we need to find? 900 upon 900 plus 1500. It is 2400 into 100. Now zeros to 0 you can cancel. 3 times 3, 8 times. 3 by 8. 1 by 8 means 12.5. 3 by 8 means 37.5%. That is 7.5%. Right choice, option number 4. Fourth choice is the answer for this question. Yes, my dear students, look at the next example on your screen. Question number 64. What is the difference between the total number of printers and cartridges sold by R and ES together? So what is the R and ES total number of printers? Total number of printers by R and ES means it is 3300. 3300. What about the cartridges by R and ES? So here it is 750 plus 1750. How much is the result? It is 2500. Now what is the difference of these two values? The difference of these two values is 800. So option number 2, second choice, is the right answer for this question. Now look at the next example on your screen. Find the total number of printers sold by P and Q together and the number of cartridges sold by R and S together. P and Q, how many printers sold here? P 2500, Q it is 1500. So what is the result? 4000. Then R and S cartridges. R how much? 750. S 1750. Sum of these two, it is 2500. So what we need to find? The total number. The sum of these two numbers is the answer. The sum of these two numbers is 6500. So right choice, option number 1. First choice is the right choice. Okay. Yes, my dear students, thank you very much for attending this mock examination and hope you did well in the examination and this explanation helped you in the questions which you missed in your examination. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.